Hi, it's Daphne. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing a very special reading vlog. I'm gonna be reading Jade City. This is the book I've chosen for the Being Book Club, which is the new book club I launched on my channel. We're gonna be reading this entire series together in the next 3 months. So this is the pick for May. And then we're gonna be reading Jade War in June and Jade Legacy in July. Is that months? So like I said, this video is gonna be full of spoilers. So if you don't wanna find out what happens in this book or you haven't finished it yet, come back later when you have. Also, it's good to know that I have a Discord set up as well for the book club. So if you want to chat live with me and the other fabulous people here online that are reading this with me. I also have some amazing co-hosts that are gonna be reading this series. We're gonna have a couple live shows for it after we're done, and we're gonna do some reading sprints as well. I have one scheduled actually coming up, which will obviously already have passed by the time this video comes out, but my lovely co-hosts are Eliza from Eliza's Bookshelf, Sam from Samantha Donovan, I think it's Samantha, it's her full name, and Meredith from Reading with Mare B. So thank you, ladies, for wanting to do this with me. I know I was really shy about asking, so I really appreciate you reaching out to me. So last night I read the first 3 chapters, and I'm so excited, and it was really helpful because in the Discord, I forget exactly who it was. Let me double check. It might have been Tori. So it was really funny because in the Discord, Tori from Tori Between Pages posted some fan art for this book, so it gives you a better idea of like what the characters look like. I'm gonna put an image up here so you can also see, and I was like, who is that man in the middle? Oh my God. And she said it's Hilo, and that a lot of people online apparently call him Daddy Hilo. And I was like, I'm into it. I'm into Hilo already, and I know absolutely nothing about him, but reading the first 3 chapters, I could totally like visualize him better, and I was like so in love with him already. Like, this is not a romance book. This is just urban fantasy, but I'm into it. So I found out Hilo is the Horn, which is basically like the strong army type leader of the group. So he kind of like runs that aspect, does kind of more of the violent things that need to get done for this clan. And his brother has recently become the pillar of the clan, which is just the head leader. And they're trying to prove themselves as young people that they're ready to take over and run this clan. And they seem to be a little bit questioned on their authority from the older clansmen. So like their grandfather used to run it, and there's like the older weatherman person who's like another key hand of the pillar, and he just like kind of treats them like children. So they're really needing to prove themselves in this group and earn the respect of their clan. So I'm very intrigued. It's very violent so far too. They were like, oh, and like learning about the jade, right? So like I said, it's violent. So these 2 teenagers were trying to steal jade off this green bone, which is basically like, I guess, one of the clansmen that uses jade, its powers. I don't know the details yet of how the magic works, but they got caught by Hilo and his guys, and he had them beat up like badly. And there's a bit of a mystery going on. I'll give you some more spoilers when I get further along. But yeah, my impression so far is really good. The writing style is really consumable. Even like the first page I had to highlight with something that I love because just the writing style is just so beautiful. Like it says, summer had barely begun, and already the city of Janloon was like a spent lover, sticky and fragrant. I was like, what a cool way to describe something. I'm excited to get further into this. Again, if you're like catching up later on this video and you want to join along, I'm gonna link the Discord and all that jazz down in the description so you can catch up and read the next book with us. So I look forward to talking with you on Discord if you join. For now, I'm gonna read some more and I'll catch up with you later. All right, the dishwasher is going. I'm so sorry if you can hear it in the background. I am currently reading and something hilarious just happened and I wanted to talk about it. So we're gonna power through the dishwasher noises. Hopefully it's not too unbearable. But I'm on page 87. I'm still really not that far in, but I've met, I feel like, a lot of the key players, and in the kid in the fighting university for No Peak just got kidnapped pretty much by the Horn of the Mountain clan. What's his name? Gaunt. And I kind of like Gaunt. I like that he's like this big, scary, bald, scarred, intimidating, like physically huge man, but has this dichotomy about him where he's got this, like, as it's described, a articulate baritone voice that was quite amicable and relaxed, right? I just love that about him. I don't really know him as a person yet. I know he's willing to kidnap a teenager, but he's called Lan the pillar of No Peak, and it's like we have Andon. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what he wants. He doesn't really like have any demands. He's just like, we have him. Just make sure your horn doesn't freak out like Hilo, because Hilo is a very passionate, like reactionary man. Hilo looks at Andon as like his little brother, so he's gonna be very protective of him. So Lan's trying to get a hold of Hilo, and he's like calling everywhere he can't find him. He gets a hold of like a random finger, and he's like, find Hilo and have him call me immediately, right? So Lan's like at the office or whatever, and Hilo calls him, and he goes, Lan picks up the phone. Hilo says, it's me, and Lan goes, where are you? And Hilo goes, I'm in a phone booth outside of Gaunt's nephew's apartment building in Littlehammer, and I've got 20 guys with me. Like, the whole point of Lan trying to get in touch with Hilo was to be like, don't freak out. Please stand down. And Hilo is already outside of Gaunt's nephew's place as if he's gonna like kidnap this person in revenge and like has 20 dudes to do this guy damage. Hilo's personality is cracking me up. Like, he's such, I don't even know how to describe it. He's just like fiercely loyal to his family, but also very reactionary and very like hard to control, I guess, for Lan. But I just thought that was hilarious. I'm gonna keep going. Anyway, what about you, Eliza? How many pages you get through?
Why I wouldn't do reality TV.
I think I got like almost 30 pages.
It's really good.
Nice.
It's sad.
You look upset. Are things going down?
Did you get to the pot?
I got to the part.
No! What part?
I'm pretty sure when I read that, I thought of you, Meredith, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is it. What else can it be?
Message me. Message me. Make sure we're on the same.
Oh no!
Just send me an emoji, and
I don't want to believe it.
Hi, so I just got back from popping over to B&H here in New York City and picked up some new gear. I've been thinking about getting like a nicer microphone for my computer setup. I just upgraded my camera recently to a Nikon Z30, and it comes with a mic on top, which has hopefully, you can tell, improved the quality and audio of my videos and vlogs. In addition to that, I'm getting more involved in live shows. I just hosted my first one on my channel the other week, which was really, really fun. I think it might be in this vlog because it was about Jade City. It's probably in this vlog. But the audio is always terrible. And I don't know if it's like a StreamYard thing, so like a software issue, or if it's a me thing. Because I know Think Media, this channel that I'd recommend checking out if you're looking at like tech stuff that I trust, uses StreamYard all the time, and their audio is great, and they have like the mics and stuff, like the real legit mics. I'm doing a lot of live shows coming up, so I was like, okay, let me just get a mic. I actually have a live show today. I am one of the co-hosts for the Once Upon a Readathon thing going on that Hannah Blackwell is hosting, and her kickoff sprints are tonight on her channel. So I'm gonna be joining along, and I figure it'd be nice to have a better microphone. And I could have ordered things on Amazon, but then I'd have to wait. And at B&H, it's like huge. They have everything. Maybe I'll pop a clip of like the little clips I took in the store, the vertical ones. And they have people that can help you and stuff. So I went in, I got the mic that I saw on Think Media that they recommended because I trust you know, their expertise, and it was in my price point. It wasn't too expensive. Some of these mics are like $250 without like the extra arms and stands and stuff that you'll need to buy in addition. So this one was more affordable. I got that, and then I'll show you. Let me just show you now. Let me just show you. So this is the mic I got. This is the Samson Q9U professional broadcast microphone. It has like the fancy output that, I don't know, like podcasters use, but it also has just like a normal USB-C that I can hook up to my computer. So I figured this way I could grow with it if I wanted to use like the fancier stuff, but for now I just wanna like plug it USB-C into my computer. I'm gonna unbox this with you guys. Well, I'm gonna set this up on my desk setup so you can see everything. And then in addition, I picked up the cable that I'll need, the USB-C cables, so that should be good. And then this nondescript box is the stand I got. I was considering getting like an arm thing, but that's kind of a lot, just like a lot going on for my desk. And then like the stand that sits just like straight up and down in the middle would be in the way of my hands if I wanted to type or like put the book in front of me, you know, while I'm reading on sprints. So I did something kind of in between that I'll show you that I think will be a good solution. Plus I can move it around, you know what I mean? So let's set it up. And also I'm hoping to finally finish Jade City tonight. On those sprints, I've been reading a bit today. I'm about like 71-ish% of the way through, and I really need to finish it. It's already May 31st. My live show for it will be June 8th. It'll probably be out before, yeah, I'll probably do the live show before this vlog comes out, so you can watch it back if you like. I will link it in the corner for you if you want to check it out. But yeah, I really want to finish that as soon as possible because I got other books I need to read. I got like my IRL book club meeting on the 5th, and I'm not even close to finishing that book. I've read like 5 pages. So I want to prioritize that at the start of June and just like wrap up Jade City. I'm really enjoying it. Oh God, I have so much to talk to you about. I should stand up. So I have been reading this, and like literally the last time I updated you, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm getting close to the part. And it happened. I got to it, and I was in complete disbelief. I was like, this person is gonna be okay, this is not really happening. And then it was happening. And I texted my group chat with the other co-hosts, Sam, Eliza, and Meredith. Eliza and Meredith already know what happened. I don't know how far Sam is in the book at this point in time, but I was like, guys, I'm shocked. I'm in shock. I feel like this isn't real. This isn't happening. And Meredith was like, yeah, it was so sad. And she sends all these crying emojis. And I'm like, okay, you're making this too real. Because you already know what happens in the rest of the book because she finished it already. I'm like, this is really happening? So, oh, I forgot. I can spoil for you guys. I'm like keeping it a secret. I'm used to like not spoiling. When Lan died, I was in shock. Like I knew it was either gonna be him or like Andon getting caught up in something, but I didn't really think it was gonna go down the way it did. On the live show, Eliza was saying she didn't like Baru, because he's causing trouble. And like Baru was there when Lan pretty much died. He was trying to assassinate him. But like Lan is such a skilled greenbone. But Lan is also like injured. He's got that like karma, or not karma, like that chi injury or whatever. And he's like been taking the shine, which I'm like, you know, I want you to be good, but like, why are you wearing so much jade if it's too overwhelming? Like he had a lot of pride with that. And then he was trying not to take the shine, but then he overdosed on the shine, and then like looked like he had a heart attack. And then, well, in the midst of Burrow attacking him, and like Burrow thinks he killed Lan, everybody else thinks the mountain killed Lan, but like Lan just died because one, he had too much pride and he wouldn't take off the jade. He couldn't admit that he was injured because of all the conflict with this imminent war with the mountain. He couldn't seem weak. And like, also, I get he was wearing the jade because he didn't want to look weak either. But like, and then Baru comes in, like he's trying to be, I don't know, like this gangster kid when he's just like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that kid. Also, it pisses me off that, I don't know how to say his name. Baru? What the fuck is that kid's name? Let me put it in Google Translate. Barrow. Oh my God, I was not saying that right at all. I don't know what Barrow's deal is because Lan literally let him go when Hilo beat him up and was like, this kid's causing trouble. I don't even remember, like at the very start. I forget like Oh, because he tried to steal Jade before, right? So Hilo beat Baru up before for trying to steal Jade, and Lan, instead of like ending the kid, was like, dude, just do better with your life, move on, like go. And let Baru go. And Baru like repays that by trying to kill him because this kid is greedy for Jade? Like, the idiocy. But it really wasn't him that killed him, it was Lan that like, it was just too much. He's not like a wartime pillar, and now Hilo has to be the pillar, and Hilo's like, I'm not cut out really to be the pillar. He's like, everybody thinks I'm just like a thug or whatever, even though he's really respected among his fists and stuff like that. But at least Shay is like really stepping up. She's like, okay, I'm gonna be weatherman. And that scene when she strolls up to whatever street to kill those guys, like that was so badass. I feel like I was watching like a slow motion like hero gangster whatever movie, and she just like strolls in and she's like cutting throats, and like that was pretty epic. That was pretty cool. What chapter is that? That's got to be like 33 or something, I don't know. She rolls up to this place, and one of the senior fists is looking at her like, okay, am I supposed to answer to you now? Like, you've been away from the family, you haven't been wearing Jade, now all of a sudden you put your Jade back on after Lan dies. And he's like, what's the plan, Calgen? To Shay. She draws her moonblade, held it out to him, he spat on it for luck, and she goes, kill anyone wearing Jade. Like, she 180. Like, she went from, I don't want to be involved, like, I'm better than this, to being like a murderer for her family. So that was pretty badass. I did enjoy that. Andon's also feeling guilty because he was doing the runs for because he was doing the runs for Lan to get the shine, even though he didn't know what it was in the beginning, but he found out, and now he's feeling really guilty because he didn't really tell anyone what Lan was doing, because Lan was keeping all the shine taking and like the struggles he was going through pretty much a secret from his family. So yeah, he tried to tell Hilo after the fact, but Hilo was like, you cannot say that, you cannot spread that, like this is on the mountain now, like, so like this war is about to happen. Like the war was gonna happen anyway because the mountain was being shitty and sus and like conniving. But they definitely weren't expecting it to happen this fast because they weren't expecting to be blamed for the murder of Lan when some stupid kid tried to kill him, technically failed, but then Lan still died anyway. And then Daru is actually a traitor, like that was confirmed, like what an asshole. Like he is so adamant. Like I kind of get why he wants he like wants the clans to be united again, right? But he's not going about it the right way because the mountain doesn't really want to join with No Peak. They just want to overtake No Peak, and that's a little different, you know, because somewhere else in the book someone was saying there can't be one clan with two pillars. You know what I mean? That's impossible. Someone is going to be the head honcho, and there's just too much bad blood and conflict between these two clans for them to truly be united under one pillar. Like what's going to happen? Like whatever her name is from the mountain is going to be like, okay, yeah, let's be co-pillars, or like maybe we'll like have an election for it. No, she wants to overtake. You know what I mean? From what I understand. So that's all that's going on. That was kind of a lot. I keep forgetting that this is a spoiler vlog, but yeah, that's all my thoughts so far. I'm at the academy right now with Lan. He just did his pre-trial thing, and actually I was on the train, so I haven't highlighted this yet, but I did mark it with the sticky. There was something interesting that Hilo said to him as advice for when Andon, you know, becomes a fist, hopefully soon, as this war is happening. You know, just basically like you have to figure out how people work, like how you can motivate them and things like that. He was like, sometimes people you think you can count on, they'll let you down in a bad way, and that's hard to take. But for the most part, you give a man something to live up to, you tell him he can be more than he is now, more than other people think he'll ever be, and he'll try his goddamnedest to make it true. I didn't really say that exactly quote for quote, but you get the gist. So that was really like interesting, and just finding how to motivate people. Like, people are like horses, Andy, fingers and fists too, everyone. Any old horse will run when it's whipped, but only fast enough to avoid the whipping. Racehorses, though, they run because they look at the horse on their left, they look at the one on their right, and they think, no way am I coming second to these fuckers. Like, Hilo is just so good with people. Like, he's definitely, like, born to be a horn. You know what I mean? Like, he is very strong, very quick to violence if he needs to be, but, like, he is so good with people, and I just love that about him, and, like, I think those are amazing words of wisdom, so I'm gonna go back and, like, highlight all that. I'm on page 355. I have to get to about 500 pages in my copy. So I've got a lot of reading to get done. But yeah, I want to set up that microphone thing and share with you for my sprints tonight. All right, I was able to set up the mic and I did a bunch of testing. Let me show you it. Here is the beautiful new mic in all its glory. The stand is okay. I like that it's, you know, I can just pick it up and put it somewhere else. You know, like I could just pick it up and move it out of the way if I need more space on my desk. Whereas like an arm is kind of more of a commitment, and I wasn't really sure if I liked how big it was gonna be. But maybe in the future, if I do a lot more live streams, I'll upgrade to an arm thing that kind of attaches to the desk and is like more easily adjusted. Like this thing is a little finicky to adjust on the fly. Like I have to unscrew this, like lift it up, it's kind of heavy. Whereas like an arm, I always just see like the gamers, they just like move it willy-nilly. Like this bit moves like decently fine, but like the up and down bit is a bit of a pain. But yeah, I tested it. I did like a test live stream on my channel unlisted so I could listen back and see, and it definitely sounds way better than any of the computer monitor inputs that I have set up. So like better than the MacBook and better than my Dell screen I have here. So I'm very, very pleased. I definitely didn't need that other cord. I might just return it. It wasn't that expensive, so I'm considering keeping it. So yeah, I'm so happy. And just in time for my live show with Hannah tonight. I'll look so legit, but I'm so happy overall. If you're interested in this mic, not sponsored obviously, this is a Samson Q9U. That's the one I got at Think Media's recommendation. It was like $100 right now as I'm filming this, whereas like some of the other ones were like way more expensive. So yeah, it does the trick. I'm very happy, and I'm not gonna say anything to Chase about it. I'm gonna see if he even notices. He buys perfumes and like all this stuff for like hundreds of dollars, like all the time. So I don't think he's gonna be mad at me for like investing in my hobby, you know? So just trying to make the best experience for you guys, and I have fun with it too, and I'm just really happy and blessed that I can do this. And yeah, hopefully the stresses in my real life related to money and work and stuff will work itself out soon, because I'm okay right now, but things are a bit iffy, but we don't need to go into that. This vlog is probably gonna be so fucking long. I really need to finish that book so this vlog can be done. Okay, I'm sorry I look like this. It's basically 1 in the morning and I am getting close to the end of Jade City. I'm on page 437. There's 500 pages in this book, and I'm legitimately scared. Like, I need to make a tab for when I'm scared, because I currently don't have one, and I need one because I am so scared right now. This war is horrifying. Like, one of the things that I hate the most in like media and like scary movies, or like I don't read a lot of scary things or like watch a lot of scary things, but I know I don't like mutilation. Oh my god, like I feel so ill because the Horn of the Mountain Clan is just beheading like so many of the No Peak fists, and he just mutilated this one man. He like cut off this man's arms and then cauterized him so like he wasn't gonna bleed to death, so he could send him back to No Peak and deliver a message to Hilo. So already I'm so disturbed. Like I like legitimately feel ill. And to make things worse, the message is not good. The message is, Gaunt is the Horn of Mountain Clan, so just context. Gaunt says he'll give you until the end of New Year's Day to surrender yourself. If you do, he'll grant you a death of consequence on your feet and with a blade, and let your family bury you with Jade. So the death of consequence is like the thing that Lan did. against that one guy. So it's just like an honorable warrior's fight to the death. So clearly Gaunt is confident that he could beat Hilo. Then it continues to say, the rest of No Peak will be spared if they can choose allegiance to the mountain or exile from Kikon. If you refuse, Gaunt promises to keep sending you the heads of your fists, and he'll do worse to Andon and Shaygen than what he's done to me. I didn't even get that far. He means to burn the Torch's house to the ground and destroy the clan completely. Like, I just got to the part where he'll do worse to Andon and Shay, and then I just had to stop. Worse to them than getting their arms cut off? And still being alive? I'm like gonna cry. Like, that is so fucked up. Like, for what? Mata wants singular control, right? And she's very clever. She didn't really anticipate having this war because Lan died suddenly, and they got blamed for it. They wanted to do a takeover, but they thought they could just sneakily force Lan's hand because Lan's predisposition was more of keeping the peace and things like that. She did want to kill Hilo because that would weaken their clan and force Lan's hand further. Mata went to Shay basically just telling her all her plans, right? Because Hilo kind of figured out most of it because his boy Mike Tar tortured one of the white rats, right? I think it was Mud, whatever it was. Mata's talking to Shay. She's like, oh, I want one clan. I want to be in control. There can only be one pillar, which is something I already mentioned. Like, obviously, there can only be one pillar. She tells Shay that she would make Shay her weatherman and that she can arrange things so Hilo can fall in battle in the war and it won't look like treachery to Shay. And it's like, Shay's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna betray my family and my clan and just like casually discuss with you the murder of my brother. Like, what kind of psychopath is Mata? And what kind of, like, she's so smart, but like, why would you think Shay would be cool with being like, yeah, let's just like plan the murder of my brother? But at the same time, like, Mata like murdered anyone that would compete with her for the pillar role when her father died, but didn't make her like his heir. You know what I mean? So she is a cold-blooded bitch, man. Like, oh my God. And she gets pissed at Shay for basically refusing her. And she's like, this is on you. I'll let you live now, but the death of your brother and your clan is on you. You forced my hand. Like, what? I'm like so scared. When I had reached 75%, I could finally talk in the 75% Discord channel that I created on Discord. The link is down below if you want to catch up on my thoughts. I've been posting some of my annotations in the Discord, like the key things that stood out to me. So yeah, when I was in the 75% section, Eliza, you know, obviously like Lan died. That was like the big thing that happened. And Eliza goes to me, because she finished the book, she's like, oh, it's gonna get worse. And I'm like, what? Things can get worse than this right now? I just can't wait to like finish this so I can just like get out of this world for a little bit and take a break mentally and emotionally. Shay's been trying to make moves kind of like Mata, like kind of trying to take inspo from her tactics and leveraging the Greenbones' access to Jade to work with the foreign powers, specifically Espenia. And I don't know exactly what she's going to do, but she might try to leverage like their military force because No Peak is severely losing this war right now. They're estimated at only having like 6 months left if their lantern men stay loyal to them, probably less than that, and it's like not good. It's like so bad right now, and I am scared. So that's all really I have to say right now. I'm gonna keep powering through. I'm crying. Can you see my tears? Chapter 56 has me crying. Andon is in his graduation and he gets the highest honor of getting, sorry, I sold like shit. This is still the same night. Andon is getting the highest honor of 4 pieces of jade, but he gets up there and he's like, I can't. He's like, I don't want to wear jade, because he knows his family's history and he knows how he felt when he wore all that jade to kill the horn of the mountain. And he's like, this is not right for me. Like, this is not right. He's like, I'm gonna like want jade too much and just crave it too much and like enjoy killing people too much. He's like, he doesn't want to be that. And Hilo was like really hurt because Andon was like, I don't want to be a weapon. And Hilo's like, I'm not trying to make you a weapon. He's just like, Hilo is just so angry and hurt, and he's just like, get out of my sight, you ungrateful, traitorous mongrel. I never want to see you again. That's what he yells at Andon. And Andon runs. I'm not even done with the chapter, but like, I'm almost done. Is there only 57 chapters or what? Oh my god, 57 and epilogue. I cannot wait until this is over. Like, I am emotionally suffering right now. Like, the book is beautiful and amazing and well done, and like the pieces put together and like the logic and everything is like beautifully crafted, but like I cannot wait to be out of this world so I can emotionally take a break. My god. I'm gonna do a recap when I don't look a mess. Alright guys, I finished Jade City and I am emotionally damaged from this book. My god, did it put me through the ringer. Let me start off by saying chapter 54. Oh my god. That chapter was so amazing, so epic. There was like fear, there was action, there was violence, there was drama and twists, there was like heroic feats and amazing triumphs. And oh my god, that chapter was so amazing. That was the chapter when Hilo answers the call from basically being called out, being like, yo, you can end this war on your own by coming to the mountain and letting us fight you and like take you out personally, and having your green bones on No Peak side pledge allegiance to the mountain and things like that. He's so passionate and like so fiery and like so violent, but also he loves so hard, and he loves his clan, and he loves his fists and his fingers and his family, and like he does not want to just take their pledge to him lightly, where they pledge like their blood to him, you know, their lives for him, and to make sure that he reciprocates that. So he's like, I can't not stand for that also in return to them. So he's like, I'm gonna go and face them. At first I thought it was gonna be like a one-on-one battle to the death between him and Gaunt, the Horn of the Mountain clan, but that was not the case at all. So there was some like plotting going around with Hilo because he wanted Andon to be there. So it was just like Hilo and Andon. And I'm like, why is Andon there? And they had this plot that you don't figure out until the battle, and it was just so good. Gaunt has his men like attack Hilo out on the street, and Hilo's like fighting with his like talon knife and everything, and it's just like the descriptions are amazing. Like you can just visualize everything. It's just so awesome. And he's getting beat up, and he's just like killing like a handful of his fighters, and then Gaunt's like, that's enough, like I'm gonna take Hilo out now, like just concede. And he's like expecting Hilo to just be like, okay, just cut my throat. Like no, like Hilo keeps fighting, he like tackles him to the ground. Gaunt is fresher, and he like knocks Hilo back down, and then Hilo's like, Andon now, and like Andon runs over, grabs Hilo's jade, which isn't like on all his normal accessories, like his belt, his watch, whatever, like all the things it normally is. They took most of his jade, not the ones on his chest, but most of the other jade, and put it on like a strap that Hilo had wrapped around his arm. That way Andon could easily take it, use all that jade power, and take out Gaunt, because Andon is like a really good channeler, and channeling is basically like killing a living being, like stopping their heart, exploding their brain, you know, like. So that's what Andon did. Like he took all that powerful jade that he's never been in contact with before and killed Gaunt with the help of Hilo, like stabbing Gaunt at the same time. Like it was so epic, so cool. But it kind of traumatized Andon because he got such a high from having so much jade, and like this euphoria almost from like killing. Like he killed Gaunt, he killed like 2 other guys with his channeling as well, and he was scared like because of his family's history that he was going to just crave it more and more and just kind of go crazy. So during graduation, he's the most honored student. He's supposed to get the most jade, which is like 4 jade pieces or whatever. And he gets up there and he's like, I don't want to wear jade. Like, he gets scared. He's like, this is not for me. Like, I am too at risk. Like, he doesn't want to lose himself in this hysteria about jade and like get obsessed with killing. And Hilo's trying to be like, dude, it's fine. Like, don't embarrass me. Andon's like, I don't want to be made into a weapon. And Hilo just like is so hurt by that and loses it and is like, get out of my face. Like, I don't want to ever see you again. Like, you're dead to me. Like, you're not a part of this clan. Like, all this stuff. And it's just like so heartbreaking because Hilo like loves Andon so much. Like, that's his little brother practically. So that's kind of where it ends, where Shay has sent Andon to be with her mother, like out of town, like down by the beach. So she's protecting him. Hilo just doesn't even want to talk about Andon. He's so mad. And it's really sad. And Beru is still plotting. It's so funny because I'm obviously buddy reading this with my co-hosts. And Eliza just hates Beru so much. She blames him for the death of Lan. I assume, I'm going to talk to her about it on the live show that I'm going to link in the corner for you if you're watching this. Well, you have to be watching this after the fact. I'm going to post it after. But you can watch the live show. I'll link it up in the corner for you so you can watch our discussion. But I don't know if I blame Beru. I think he's just a stupid kid that has a lot of aspirations and has like misplaced anger towards the No Peak clan. I mean, they beat him up, but like they spared his life. You know what I mean? He's just a greedy, jade-hungry, non-greenbone person. Like, he's gonna get, I forget what they call it, like the crazies, and also the itches if he uses jade. Oh my god, I forgot. The epilogue, so he finds a ton of shine because I think the guy Mutt was murdered by Mike Tar, and Beru knew that Mutt was keeping shine under his shop or whatever. So he's stolen it with Mutt's surviving child, and they're like working together now. And because he knows what went down with Lan and that nobody took his jade, even though most people don't know that Lan's jade wasn't taken, I guess, he knows it's buried with Lan. So he goes to Lan's grave and is about to dig it up to try to get Lan's jade so he can use the shine and have jade and like go on whatever. Like, he just, I don't know, this kid. I know he's going to be trouble in Jade War. I read the back of Jade War, and it seems like it's a war beyond just between No Peak and the Mountain Clan. It looks like the 2 other foreign countries are going to war, and they want to leverage the resources of Jade that Kekon has. And this book is longer. It's almost 600 pages. I'm in for it, and I'm scared. So I am excited to take an emotional break. I'm so happy I finished Jade City. I gave it 5 stars. I just thought it was so beautifully written. I thought the logic like made a lot of sense. I thought the emotional impact of the characters was so well done. I just thought it was a beautiful piece of art, and like it ripped my heart out, and like I'm emotionally drained, but I loved it. Still excited to find out what happens and have this read along for my book club with all you guys, and I hope you enjoyed reading this book with me. Again, the Discord is going to be linked down below if you want to catch up on my live comments. I'm still going to be using the Discord for Jade War and then Jade Legacy. If you're just catching up on the read along, you can still participate, and I'm going to be doing another live show for those other 2 books, and I'm going to be doing the Discord still, and I'll do spoiler vlogs for those as well if you would like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Obviously, it really helps out my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you in another video. Bye!